of survival and perseverance. What could have meant the end of her life has now opened up a door to advocacy and awareness. Back in January, Robin Cherry got into what should have been a fatal car accident. Every nurse and doctor told her that she wouldn't have made it out of the vehicle alive if it were not for the life-saving technology on her phone that alerted emergency services of the severe crash. We are now joined by Robin Cherry to recount what happened and how she now moves forward. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Hi.
Yeah, I tell you, just an incredible ordeal that you've gone through, and we appreciate being able to share with our viewers the technology that saved your life. If you could go back to that day and just describe to us what happened.
Well, to be honest, I don't fully know.
Yeah.
I don't have any memory of the accident or anything leading up to it, so I don't know what caused it. But best we can tell, I veered for some reason across and over the road and head on into a tree. Not sure why. It was pretty bad. I mean, you saw the pictures of the truck. I had some severe injuries. Mainly, I ruptured my aorta. So I should have basically bled out right before EMS ever got there. But my phone, actually, my iPhone 15, called 911 for me and also notified my emergency contacts. And within minutes, I was already gone and on to the hospital. They got there that quick.
Wow. Now, where did this happen?
It actually happened right outside of our neighborhood at basically number 1 in Kittiwake.
Yeah.
Where they always have the Christmas tree set up, those trees right there. And it was nighttime. I don't know what I was doing, where I was going, but right outside of my neighborhood. And my neighbor was the first to arrive there, and paramedics had already taken me. I was already gone.
Wow.
So it was that fast with the iPhone, and it continued to alert my contacts every step of the way and pinpoint where I was and when I got to the hospital and everything.
Wow. Was this a feature that you even knew was on your iPhone?
No.
And this is a 15 right here, just so
Yes.
people know.
It's on the 14 and the 15 only.
Wow.
I did not know about it. Luckily, it came already on.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I would not be here right now if it wasn't for that.
Technology saving your life in a lot of, that's the one thing that you can really credit to it. Talk about what that has led to. Obviously spreading the message and telling people about this feature that's available. Certainly a lot of changes have happened in life since then.
Yes, I actually, my kids get so annoyed because I tell anybody and everybody, if I'm on the phone with them or in person or whatever, I'll be like, what phone do you have? When they ask about my accident. And then I go into a whole spiel on, well, you need to upgrade, and are your kids driving? They need this phone. And so I kind of like bombard everybody I talk to, strangers, friends alike, that they need to upgrade their phone. So, you're welcome, Apple.
Yeah, it is kind of wild because there are so many cell phones on the market, and so many, some people have different phones that date back, for a period of time. Because let's face it, phones are expensive. But in this case, it would seem like a feature like that, being as life-saving as it is, almost seems like it's well worth the cost in some ways.
Oh, absolutely. And it was just a fluke that I had very recently upgraded my phone from the 13, which doesn't have that feature, to the 15. And then as soon as this happened, my 17 and 21-year-old, they now already have the 15.
Sure.
I immediately upgraded them because it doesn't matter the amount of money. $1,000 for a phone is a lot, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
No doubt, no doubt. We're going to take a quick break, but of course we will continue this conversation when we come right back. And again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this on Prime Time. Stay with us. Welcome back to WIS News Prime Time as we continue our conversation with Robin Cherry. She survived a very severe car accident that happened just several weeks ago now. This was at the end of January, right off of Highway 1 there. And it's just unbelievable, your story, not only how you survived, but also your recovery. Tell us a little bit about your rehab between then and now and how the prognosis looks going forward.
Well, I have a long road ahead. I don't really have any physical therapy going on yet because I still have a huge metal bar coming out of my body. But once that's out, I do start physical therapy rehab to walk again. Do you want me to like say all my injury? Well, for starters, the reason I shouldn't be alive is I ruptured my aorta.
Yeah.
And usually people bleed out in minutes from that, and that's what the yellow doctors and nurses said I shouldn't have survived that. But I cracked a couple ribs on my right. I full on broke, I think like 8 ribs in multiple places on the left, and they had to go in, and basically my left rib cage is all metal now. I broke my left shoulder blade, punctured my lung, my left lung, punctured my diaphragm, injured my kidney, my bladder, broke my pelvis in 3 places. Yeah. Which is why I have the lovely metals stuff coming out of me.
Just extensive injuries, and amazing really that you're alive to tell the tale.
Absolutely.
But again, you know, for those just joining us, it's because of technology that she had on her iPhone 15 that notified authorities immediately after the accident that allowed her to get help before it was too late. You said that there are a couple of different products that have that type of technology on them.
Well, since my accident, I learned the iPhone 14 and 15, and then the watch, the 8 and 9, the Apple Watch 8 and 9 also do it as well.
Yeah, wow. And it's just something very simple. It will notify the authorities immediately. So you can see a little bit about this technology here, detecting front impact, side impact, rear end collisions. When that crash happens, it'll sound an alarm, and if unable to respond, the device automatically calls EMS, and that was the case with you.
Yes.
You were not able to respond, clearly. Also sets up medical ID and emergency contact, so it makes it easy for first responders to understand, who this person is and what's going on. So really just kind of an all-in-one type of thing in the case of an emergency, which certainly nobody wants to ever go through something like that. But again, this, you can't really overstate it. This saved your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it did. I was told I had a 5% chance of survival. I had 5 surgeries within, I think, 24 hours. I had severe internal bleeding from my aorta. Lots of blood transfusions, just a lot. I spent 9 days in the ICU.
Wow.
It was, and then almost a month in just the hospital in general. So it's a lot. I'm home now, but very limited on what I can do. Need help with everything.
Sure, sure. But you said a long road ahead, but eventually physical therapy and walking again, which will just be an amazing, amazing moment. And we hope that you will keep us updated on this journey. We have full faith that before too long you'll be walking again.
I hope so. I am not a sit still kind of person. I need to get out there and get moving again.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We appreciate it. And best of luck and prayers as you continue your journey.
And make sure you have the 15. So
I do. I'll make sure it's on.
Yes, and tell everybody, get that phone. So
will do.
It's well worth it to save your life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Plenty more prime time coming up after the break.